Welcome to the 2012 Silkway Rally. After a fantastic leaving party in Moscow, the cars and trucks faced the first Savannah's tracks on the way to Volgograd in Russia. There was plenty of different landscapes to discover. Thick bush, savannas, and a little bit of sand mixed in. It was a Russian red wash at the arrival. Nikolaev, the winner of the trucks. And this man, Boris Gadazin, the winner in the cars. The biggest loser of the day, however, was truck frontrunner Franz Escher. The German, expecting to star, had to retire after gearbox problems in his NAN. And here is the route that we'll be facing in Russia for the duration of the Silkway Rally, from Moscow down to Volgograd. That's where we are today. Elista and Mayakop is where we're expected to finish. The Red Sea, Gelzny. So then, day two, well, the bivouac stays in Volgograd. They head north first before taking a 309-kilometre special stage in the dunes of the original Silkway Rally Road. With the first day of the dunes comes the first difficulties. Navigation is complicated in these sporadic things, and holding your concentration on keeping the cars moving forward is extremely important. But, of course, the sand is softer than expected. Many would need to shovel out of the trouble. This is where the experience of Africa, Dakar, really comes to fruition. Second yesterday, Jean-Louis Slesser in his two-wheel drive machine attacked at the start of the day, but soon had problems. The protection of the floor has come loose in the dunes. Having attempted to remove it and failed, the Frenchman set off again, without knowing his tampering would be his downfall. Just 20 kilometers into the stage, he crashed out. When he arrived back at the bivouac, it was clear he was injured. We had a problem with that flat floor under the car, and so we decided to stop to get rid of it. But unfortunately we failed to loosen one of the screws, and so then we restarted, hoping that the floor would break off itself. But unfortunately, when it broke, it ended under the wheel, which made like a wedge shape, and well, just pushed the car in the air, and we did a roll which was unbelievable. Boris Gadazin is Mr. Baja in Russia, but for day one on the Silkway, he was also the main man of off-road rallying. It came as a surprise to him and to many. The difference though between Baja and this is the navigation, and that was his downfall. He also had fuel pressure problems that dropped him 30 minutes by the end of the day. Once again, the Finn Tony Gardemeister continued to impress. He's another with short rally and Baja experience, but Tony enjoyed his first play in the real dunes, losing some time with navigation and ending the day 7th best. However, his consistency over the 2 days has put him 3rd overall. In the second overdrive Toyota, Jérôme Pellichet continues to impress. 7th on the road, he was already past Novitsky and Gadazin by CP1 and clocked the 4th best time by the end of the stage. He then ran with Gadazin for the remainder and finished in 5th. After the problems of yesterday, Roland Chabot was on a mission. In the early part of the day, was fastest in the first checkpoint, but his pace soon slipped by the end of the stage, and he finished 4th, 8 minutes back in his rear-wheel drive machine. Like yesterday, Lucio Alvarez found himself out front, leading the way with no tracks to follow. Naturally, this of course led to some navigational issues, but those problems of course weren't limited to the leaders, and therefore he managed to grab 3rd position, and that was a strong result that he was very happy about. It was a difficult special stage with very hard navigation. We made a couple of errors. Someone showed us actually the wrong way, and we lost about 8 kilometers going one way, and then another 8 kilometers going back the other way. So 16 in total. Anyway, we started in the front for the first 2 days, and of course it's not very easy like that because the navigation was so complicated, but we're pretty happy. After an oil leak stole valuable minutes from Christian Lavier yesterday, there was a point to prove today, and the Frenchman delivered, 5 minutes ahead of the rest. If he wants to win, however, he'll have to do the same for the next 4 days.
C'est pas été évident?
No, it's obvious. It's not easy driving behind the trucks. Some left us space to pass, but some didn't move on when we beat them. The Camas was okay, but everyone else was really difficult. I made a little mistake in the sand, and then we had a little navigational error, but all in all, a pretty good day. Quite long and not simple, with lots of navigation and many direction changes. And of course, Pascal there did a great job. It was hours later than the big surprise of the day came at the finish line. From 75th on the road, Vladimir Vaziev finished 2nd. Today we started about 90th on the road, 97th in fact behind the trucks. But it meant we had to overtake so many people. I think we passed about 50 machines. We didn't have any problems, unlike yesterday with the car, but the trucks wouldn't let us go, and even some of the cars didn't either. Yeah, I followed this one for such a long time. And, you know, he just didn't let me pass. So we definitely lost a lot of time trying to pass him and overtake. So Vaziev, the big surprise of the day, finishing 2nd position, just under 5 minutes behind Lavier. Alvarez 3rd, Chabot, Pellichet and Zabletal finished in 6th. So the overall then, and Alvarez leads over 7 minutes ahead of his teammate Gardemeister in 3rd, and Lavier has got some work to do there. 4th, 17.5 minutes down. And so to the trucks. For the Kazakhstani driver Arthur Advicius, the rally has gone from bad to worst. He lost hours yesterday, and today it got even worse. His luck totally not with him, and he is out of the 2012 Silkway Rally. The Astana man breaking his truck. Ex-Russian kart champion Anton Shivalov is a strong prospect for Kamaz's competitive future. 7th on his debut here 2 years ago. He's much happier in his new Kamaz and ended this day in 5th, his best result. Just a minute ahead of him is the Wecker machine of Peter Verschluis. The genial Dutchman has had his army weakened by the retirement of Echter, meaning it's just 2 now in the MAN Wecker machines, and he has taken the role of supporting teammate. Today, he did a great job, finishing in 4th position. The fight at the front of the trucks has been fierce. Lopez took the early lead in CP1 by 3 minutes and stretched it to 4 by CP2. But as the trucks rumbled over the line, Lopez had lost 10 minutes to his rivals. It was navigation that cost him as he still acclimatizes to the fantastic MAN truck. With that loss, it was down to Kamaz to pick up the pieces. After his strong victory yesterday, Nikolaev looked to be the slowest of the top 3 drivers. And indeed, by the end of the stage, he finished 3 minutes back from his teammate. A quiet day. He calls it testing here in the Russian savannah. Today's stage was very interesting and actually quite useful for us as well. With all these challenges, we had the possibility to really test the truck for the Dakar, and it seems to have gone very well. So to the winner of the day, and that was Airat Mardiev, cementing a strong performance for the Kamaz Masters. His victory margin has closed the gap at the front of the overall table to just under 3 minutes. This may just be a test for the Kamaz team, but they don't want to repeat of 2011, where they lost out to other rivals on home soil. Yesterday was very good, and actually an interesting test for us, and we did a good stable job. Today we made some navigational errors, but actually we didn't lose too much time in the end, and so we've won. The machine was absolutely perfect. And there is the result of the trucks then. Plenty of Russians at the front. Mardiev, Nikolaev, Lopez in third with Veslus fourth, and Shivolov in fifth. Lopez then lies 7 and 14 seconds back from the 2 Russians at the front of the field, with Veslus 21 back already. And that is it from day 2 of the Silkway Rally. Big, long and tough day as we head from Volgograd to Elista.